All right, everyone. Hi, welcome back to my channel. And I'm Alissa, and welcome to Alissa Lifestyle Vlog. So, in today's video, I have special guest. I am so excited to share this video to you. It's about the DepEd Resignation Process 2022. So, I realized na yung process na I experienced last 2016 is entirely different sa ngayon. So, I invited my friends, they are actually subscribers turned to friends, to help me share to you the information that you need to know so that you will have a better, more efficient process in your debt and resignation. All right, so without further delay, let me present to you my special guest. So I have here, all right,
Okay.
Jeanette.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Jeanette, and I will be teaching English in America.
Yay! I love the spirit. I love the excitement. Yes, soon.
Okay,
Lapit na.
good day
Okay.
everyone. My name is Carlo Roble. I'll be teaching sixth grade math in the USA.
Wow. All right, guys. So, first of all, I'm really excited for you both because nakita ko talaga yung journey niyo from the beginning, 'di ba, until now. So, and you are so good with your process. And today, yun na nga, you will be sharing your experiences sa DepEd resignation process niyo. But by the way, these are the topics that we will try to cover. First is the documents that are needed. GSIS loan, private banks loan, we're going to discuss that too. The division, region, and central office process. And of course, tips for more efficient and smoother process. And I will also read some comments that I got from you because last night I posted if you have more questions for our special guest, and I will be reading it to you, and they will try to give you information based on their experiences. All right, so let's start with our first question. Are you both ready? I
Yes.
think you are. So let's start with the first one. What are the steps you did in the beginning of your process? So let me address this one to Carlo.
Okay, hi. Good day to everyone. The first step after you got the job offer, and I think you'll be sure that you will be teaching in the USA, is to have your DepEd resignation. So the resignation letter, it's a very important document because that signifies that you will be leaving your current or present employment. Then government officials or employees follow the 30-day notice upon submission of the resignation letter. There is actually a legal basis on that. The reason na when I submitted my resignation letter, tinanong sa akin kung uh, ano yung date ng effectivity ko. So, they counted it and pasok naman. So, nandun yan sa Labor Code Article 285. So, for example, if my effectivity ng resignation would be on July 21, as early as June 21, nag-submit ka na ng iyong resignation letter. So, that thing counted yon. And then after you submit your resignation letter, the superintendent herself or himself will issue an acceptance letter and another document called the special order. So kunin mo yun and then you keep that one because you will be using that sa other documents mo. And then, while waiting for the effectivity date ng resignation, you can simultaneously process your school clearance. So it's a very important document also because requirement yan ng division clearance. So you must be free from different accountabilities such as a property custodian, sa mga forms mo doon if may utang ka pa sa continue or whatsoever. So the different coordinators will sign the school clearance and then the final one to sign it will be your principal. Yung format ng school clearance, they do not actually follow a unified format so depende yan sa school. Then after which, na-comply mo na yung school clearance, you may now proceed with the division clearance. So like the school clearance, may iba't ibang heads of offices or units yung division clearance na kailangan mong puntahan. Dito naman sa division clearance, I noticed that they follow a unified format throughout the different divisions. So they take that or took the format or template from Civil Service Commission Form 7 series of 2018. So uniform lahat nung yung format niyan. We don't have the district clearance, yung district supervisor namin, meron lang siyang pipirmahan doon sa division clearance. So yun na yun. So you have to take effort also in complying the different requirements or ano yung hinihingi ng iba't ibang offices mo para mapirmahan yung sa division clearance. So, yung important lang naman is dun sa provident loan. If you have a provident loan, you have to pay that one because the accounting office will not sign. So, pag na-pay mo na yun, you have to secure a certification na wala ka ng provident loan. If wala ka naman talagang provident loan, you are still required to get that kind of certificate para permahan ng SDS. Then dun sa legal unit naman, you have to secure the certification that you have no pending case. Okay, so once na nakuha mo na yung lahat, the last one to sign the division clearance will be the school's division superintendent. But based on my experience, the SDS did not sign my division clearance not until I submit the CLP. So yung CLP naman, it's the certificate of last payment at kukunin mo yon doon sa regional office niyo. So, bale yung division clearance mo, iiwan mo lang muna doon sa admin niyo and then you have to comply the CLP. May mga requirements din yung CLP such as yung DTR ng last month mo na nag-report ka sa school. So, it's very important na makuha mo yun as early as possible para ma-process mo na yung CLP mo. Another requirement would be your latest service record. Yung latest na service record, nakatatak na dun sa last portion that you have resigned already. So yung word na resign, nandun na yun sa service record mo. And then another document is yung Form 6, yung leave of absence with or without pay. Hihingin din yan para makuha mo yung CLP. So you have to process your CLP yourself para hindi masyadong matagal. Yung division offices, I believe they have the liaison officer, but yung liaison officer parang may sinusunod na schedule yan kung kailan siya pupunta ng regional office. So if you will allow them to process your document themselves. So para matatagalan ka talaga. So I suggest na ikaw na mismo yung mag-volunteer to process that. Anyway, resign ka naman. So wala ka ng obligation, hindi ka na magre-report dun sa school mo. Then dun sa region naman, kailang hintayin mo yung CL.
Carlo, all
Ay
right.
ma'am.
Yeah, so I have some
Ay,
questions
Diyos ko
muna
po.
about that. Okay, that was very detailed explanation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure our audience right now is
Yes.
they also they also love it because sobrang detailed. Now, I have some question because based on my experience, bago ako kumpleto sa division clearance ko, I still needed to go to the city hall ng division ko, ng city ko at that time, and I needed to let a lot of people sign my clearance. Parang they gave me a paper and I needed to go around and let them sign. It was really hectic because ang daming tao na dapat mag-sign and tapos you cannot really find these people in one
Wala
day.
talaga.
And I even paid some payment kasi I don't know, maybe in that particular city lang na I needed to pay something like I paid around more than 10,000 pesos. So, did you experience that too? How about you, Jeanette? Did you experience going to City Hall?
No, ma'am. I haven't experienced that.
Wow. So it's really different because in my
Yeah.
case, I'm not sure, maybe in that particular division only, I went to the city hall ng
Mm-mm.
city namin, and then I really needed to find some people. Mandami sila, like more than 10 ang signatories. So,
In my case
all
naman po,
right. So
Ma'am
another
Eliza,
question. Yes, yes.
I actually went to the city hall, specifically sa prosecutor's office to get that fiscal clearance. But the fiscal clearance is needed for me to process my separation benefits sa GSIS. But as to like a form
It
of
has nothing.
clearance na may pipirma, iba't ibang tao
Yes.
yung pipirma, I did not experience that one.
Maybe depende lang talaga. So, that is good
Oo.
ha because it took me longer to accomplish that compared to other, at that time. So before kasi, until division lang ako, and then I did not go through region and central office. Now, I have another question. So, when do you think is the best time to submit that resignation letter? Is it is it after you get your visa already, or after you get an approved visa, or after you get your job offer? So what do you think, based on your experience, what do you think is the best
Okay.
option for our teachers?
Mm. Sino po
Jeanette.
sasagot? Si Junette? Junette.
All right. Go, Jeanette. How
Okay,
about
So,
you?
um, so I decided to resign po kasi so I got the job offer April 6. So um ano na ba nangyari nung after po na maka-receive ako ng email from the visa sponsor na they will be sending me the packet or the DS 2019. So I decided na po to resign. And along the process, I always tell myself na tama lang ang decision ko na nag-resign na ako ng maaga, even without wala pa akong visa, dahil nga po dito sa mga circumstances na encounter ko, masasabi ko po, lagi kong sinasabi sa sarili ko na tama ang decision ko na nag-resign ako ng maaga, because if I did not resign ng ganun po kaaga, I don't know po kung nasan pa lang ako ngayon ng process po ng pagre-resign. Yes po.
Yes.
okay,
How
in
about
my
you,
case,
Carlo?
yeah, in my case po, I submitted my resignation when my visa sponsor, the program counselor, already gave me the tracking number of my DS
Yeah.
2019. But unlike Ma'am Junette, I had regrets. Bakit ang tagal kong nag-resign? So doon pa lang mismo sa processing ng mga documents sa program sponsor, I think that's the best time that you have to submit your resignation.
Mm-mm.
Kasi yung process ng DepEd clearance, napakahaba ng lalakarin pa noon. So you need a lot of time. Parang yung isang buwan, hindi yun sasapat. Kasi
Yeah.
pagkatapos ng DepEd clearance, ano pa, i-forward pa nila yun sa CFO. Tapos you will need to wait for a couple of days before the CFO would issue your sticker. Oh, may aso no niya. Then
My,
Okay
doon
lang
sa
yan.
issuance ng sticker naman, I believe that before is pwede siya na kunin mo or i-pick up mo doon mismo sa CFO office. But right now, meron silang parang advisory na bawal na i-pick up.
pick
So
up.
i-mail na talaga doon sa address mo. In my case, I'm in Cebu. So may iba naman siguro na iba't ibang part ng Philippines, may Mindanao at whatsoever. So it will delay pa more bago mo makuha yung CFO
Sticker.
sticker. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think yung best time na mag-resign ka would be from the start date of your employment contract. You have to go backwards probably 2 months.
Yeah.
Then from the second, yeah, sa 2 months na yun yung effectivity ng resignation mo. So that you will have enough time. Kasi meron ka pang plane tickets. You will be advised not to buy your plane ticket unless may CFO sticker ka na.
Mm-mm.
Paano pag napakalapit na ng start date mo at dyan ka pa
Mm-mm.
natapos ng CFO sticker at bibili ka ng ticket, mas mamahal yung presyo ng plane
Yes.
ticket.
Expenses. Yeah.
Especially ngayon, di
So,
ba? I heard na medyo pricey na talaga yung mga plane
Sobrang
tickets.
mahal.
yes, yes po.
Yes. All right. So now we stop at Carlo explaining from the very beginning na nagsubmit siya ng resignation letter sa principal, 'di ba? And then sa
Yeah.
school clearance niya
Ay,
hanggang
hala, wala.
umabot sa
Ay,
sa
hindi ko na
divisions.
na-mention.
Okay, hanggang
Yung mga
umabot sa division
signatory.
office.
Oo.
Yes. Sige, sige.
Yung
What was
signatory,
that?
yeah. Yung signatory po pala sa resignation, magsasign yung principal at saka district supervisor. Pero ano lang sila, recommending approval. Then
Yes.
approved by the school's division superintendent.
Superintendent. All right, so we will start from there. Now, what will happen after you have your division clearance completed, signed na ng superintendent, division
Mm-mm.
superintendent? Now, I will give this time to Jeanette to explain from division what's next after that. Because in my experience, that's the only thing I needed, and I'm done. I got my final resignation paper, because it's important that you need to know na you need to take care of that. You need to really bring it until you came here, because I needed that when I processed my waiver. So I was asked to provide that. So it's important in the future if you have other plans and if you want to go back to the Philippines and apply again, they want that. So it's important that you will not, you will not just goodbye DepEd, hindi pwede. So dapat talaga na we need to follow the procedures now. So Jeanette, can you explain to us what will happen after you have completed your division clearance?
Okay. So after the division clearance, I brought personally the hard copies of the EVP requirements to the record section of the regional office. And so those documents were reviewed and forwarded to the regional director and had the endorsement letter signed. So let me mention again the requirements for the EVP or the Exchange Visitor Program. So the first one is the endorsement from SDS, division and school clearance, certificate of last payment, latest payslip, certificate of no pending case, yeah. And if you have an existing loan or loans from PLI or GSIS, you have also to provide the special power of
You have
attorney,
also to provide special
both
power of
signed by
attorney,
the teacher and
signed by the
the attorney
teacher
in fact,
and the attorney,
and notarized
and
undertaking
notarized
of unpaid
undertaking
loans
of
indicating that
was
the attorney in
indicating
fact
that the
will pay the
attorney
existing
will pay
obligations during the teacher's
during
travel, enumerating the concerned PLIs or
the
GFIs,
PLIs or
both signed by the teacher
signed by
and
the
the
teacher
attorney
and
in fact. So hindi naman po siguro na siya ang magbabayad o siya magpo-provide ng pera ano.
by the
So
pera.
in behalf of the teacher, siya po yung magta-transact with the PLI or the GSIS. So those are the EVP requirements. So yun po ang hahanapin ng regional
Hahanapin ng
office
regional
para po
office para
ma-clear
po
and to have
and
you
to have
given the
you
endorsement letter from the regional office. And that is the regional clearance. So it took
it
5 business days before the signed
or
endorsement
the
was
site endorsement
forwarded
was
to the
forwarded
central
to the
office.
central office.
Okay po. May echo, no?
So
So,
So
basically, after your division clearance, so you accomplish more documents for the region. So that's an additional.
actually, ma'am, these documents na na-mention ko po for EVP, these were already accomplished in the division office.
All right. Okay.
Alright.
So after your
So
division
after
clearance,
division
basically
clearance,
can you forward it yourself, or you needed to
yourself
wait for someone from the division to do it for you in the region?
in the
Okay.
region.
So yeah, as mentioned by Sir Carlo, there's also there's really a liaison officer which would process this or forward this or bring this to the regional office, but the division office would also advise you to bring those documents personally for you to have a faster transaction with
Mm-hmm.
these documents to the regional office. So I decided to bring this personally to the regional office. Yes.
All
And
right. Okay.
okay,
So from the division going to the region, how many days did it take you?
I received the endorsement from the SDS, the signed endorsement from the SDS that was June 20.
Mm-hmm.
So the following day, nag-decide na po ako na to bring those documents na po sa regional office. And the regional office um, forwarded an email, nakasisi po sa teacher, yung email na na-forward na nila yung endorsement sa central office 5 business days po. It took 5 business days before they forwarded the endorsement to the central office.
Okay, that's good. So I thought that it will take so long. Maybe during the division, from school to division. How about I wasn't able to ask you that, Carlo. So how many days it took you from the day you submitted your DepEd resignation letter to your principal until you finally got an approved endorsement sa division office?
Me,
Sa
ma'am.
akin naman po ma'am is, ano lang, mabilis lang. But the thing na nagpatagal sa akin is yung DTR. Because I have to get my DTR. I have to get my approved na Form 6 or leave of absence with or without pay at the end of the month na. So, yun lang talaga. As to the signing of clearance, walang problema. Then doon naman
Mm.
pagdating naman doon sa region, yung sa akin mas mabilis lang, I think.
Yeah.
Inabot lang ng 2
Ilang
days.
days? Yeah.
2
Nice.
days lang. Why? Ay naghintay ako doon sa region. So hindi hindi ako umalis. Like every hour I have to ask them nasaan na yung papers ko. Yeah, pakapalan talaga ng mukha kasi tight na talaga yung time.
Time, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
nasabit yung sa akin after the second day almost 6 p.m. So 5 p.m. lang
Wow.
yung government office. I really waited kasi may meeting pa yung regional director. So beyond 5 na doon pa napirmahan ng regional director at hindi ako umalis sa region. Tinanong ko pa, "Sir, kailan po 'to mase-send doon sa central office?" At nasend nila naman before 6 p.m. So like 2 days lang at tiyaga lang talaga sa pag-follow up at saka paghihintay. Yun lang talaga.
Apo.
All
Yes.
right. So it really goes sa effort talaga ng teacher, no? Now,
Opo, opo.
I need to ask you this, Carlo. I know you went to the GSIS recently, and I think
Yes, yes
days
po.
ago. So what happens if you have unpaid loans in GSIS? Will that affect your clearance? And what will happen to those teachers who resigned? Will they be able to get something? Because I know that the GSIS deduction is one of the highest deduction in our
Yeah.
DepEd salary, right? So
Yeah.
I want to
Yes
know
po.
if those teachers who resign 3 years, or I'm sure below 3 years, I think they don't, I'm not sure if they will get something, but you can clear that out. So will they get something? And how is the process if you know? All right. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went to GSIS days ago. Parang kahapon lang. Kahapon lang. Then I asked about the unpaid loans I had, yung mga outstanding loan balance ko. Previously, I was asked by the admin officer to secure this special power of attorney, yung parang affidavit of undertaking dun sa lahat ng mga loans mo, both
Mm.
the public and GSIS. You're going to enumerate all of them and then you have to choose one representative. It can be your immediate family member, yung brother mo, or it can be your co-teacher na may capacity na may oras na magbayad ng mga loans mo in your behalf. So when I went to GSIS, hindi naman obliged, not at all naman na obliged na bayaran mo agad-agad immediately yung mga loans mo sa GSIS. Kasi meron ka namang benefits or mga claims na makukuha pa sa GSIS. So one example is yung CSV, yung cash surrender value mo. Kukunin yun ng GSIS tapos ibabayad yun sa outstanding loan balance mo. So basically, you don't expect anything from the CSV na meron kang makukuha doon. Pag hindi sapat yung CSV sa outstanding loan balance, let's say malaki talaga yung ang loan mo sa GSIS, meron silang other options. So the GSIS would ask or offer you or suggest you to restructure, apply for a restructuring. So may form sila called the sa ating form, PPRD. Yeah, PPRD in which i-restructure mo in such a way that lahat pa ng claims na makukuha mo ay ibabayad mo na lang dun sa outstanding loan balance mo sa GSIS. Tapos meron ka pang separation pay, but yung separation pay is hintayin na mag 60 years old ka before mo yun makuha. So kailangan live healthy, be happy para umabot tayo ng 60 years old.
Wala yung makuha.
Then sa doon naman sa mga teachers na hindi naka-inquire dun sa GSIS before they left the country for US can actually claim. Doon sa below 3 years, I'm not sure but for 3 years up, they can still claim mga benefits sa GSIS. So when you ask someone to visit GSIS to ask magkano yung claim or benefit na makuha mo, they will not give you that information because of the privacy
Yeah.
Data Privacy Act,
Oo.
but they will ask you the member himself, former member himself, to email the GSIS kung saan branch siya connected before. Doon na sila sa email mag-uusap anong requirements na kailangang isubmit ng former member para makuha na niya yung mga benefits niya. Tapos doon naman sa mga teachers na let's say tumaka sa kanilang obligation sa GSIS, sad to say, ang galing humanap ng GSIS ng mga contacts at makokontak ka talaga ng
Oh,
GSIS and you will be obliged to really pay your outstanding balance.
yeah.
Pero okay lang yung GSIS, mabait naman ang GSIS kasi they allow over-the-counter payment. So pwede mo i-ask yung sister mo, brother mo, mother mo, or yung co-teacher mo
SPA,
to pay
yeah,
in your
yun nasa
behalf.
SPA.
Yeah, dun sa SPA.
All right. Thank you so much for that. At least nabuhayan ng loob, di ba? Now, talking about loans, so Jeanette, do you have any information about private banks as well?
Yes, ma'am. Yes po. Okay. So, sa PLIs po, yeah, sa private banks po, private lending institutions, wala din pong problema actually. So, hindi naman din nila i-require si teacher na bayaran na agad yung mga loan obligations po. So, ang ginawa lang din po, ang kailangan lang po din talaga i-secure is the SPA because doon nga po naka-enumerate yung yung mga pinagkakautangan ni teacher. And kung yun nga po, yung may attorney in fact. And actually po, na-experience ko kasi nga nag-resign na po ako this June. So wala pong nakuha sa akin yung PLI ko. So tinawagan nila ako na ang babait naman po, sabi lang niya na ma'am, parang wala po kaming na-deduct sa inyo this naka-leave po ba sila? Ganun po ang tanong. So ang sabi ko po, nagpo-process na po ako ng resignation at I'm about to go pa lang po sa sa bank nila, sa office nila para i-inform po sila. Pero yun po, nagkaroon na lang kami ng arrangement ng through phone call na binigyan lang nila ako ng date na wag na sana yung payment nung June wag na lalampas ng 25th of the following month para hindi mag-pass due. So, in short po, wala namang problema po. Pagdating po sa PLI, they would not ask you talaga na bayaran agad yung loans mo. Pero tinanong ako, sabi niya, ano po ang gagawin niyo po, ma'am? Mag-over the counter po ba kayo or babayaran niyo na po ng buo? Sabi na ganun. So natawa na lang kaming dalawa, ma'am, hindi ko kayang bayaran ng buo. So yun po, okay naman, mabait po ang Pero siguro ito po, disclaimer, depende po pa rin siguro sa bank
Yes.
na yun po, yun. Depende
All
pa rin.
right. That is really good. Thank you so much. I'm sure maraming nabuhayan ng loob kasi yun ang first, yun ang
Natatakot.
talaga yung pinaka-concern, di ba? Kasi ayaw mo naman na pagdating sa airport, sabihin na, uy, hindi ka pa maka-go through kasi may utang ka pa. So, and
Yeah.
it's not a joke, parang tuliro ka talaga if
Opo.
you will go to the airport kasi hindi mo maiwasan talaga na mag-worry until hindi mo kasi meron ka
Confirm.
pang port of entry kasi. And
Yeah.
this is not something to discourage pero may mga tao talaga na nadi-deny sa port of entry. So it doesn't mean na confident ka na may visa ka na and you can just go to the US. No, kaya nga may port of entry. They can still decide there if they're gonna let you in or not. So meaning as may interview pa din yan, so you need to answer them as best as you can. Pero again, thank you for this information. At least hindi naman sa makapunta sa LA siguro, no, or sa San Francisco just to get you. So, pero at least, di ba, malinaw yan
Yeah.
na wag mo lang na iwanan, but make sure
Pabayaan,
na ma-set up mo yung attorney in fact mo. Yung attorney in fact, hindi yan attorney na kukuha ka talaga ng own attorney mo.
Opo.
Kasi yung iba, ano yung attorney in fact? So, can you explain briefly, Carlo, what is attorney in fact?
It's just your representative who will pay at the same time, pay your loans at the same time, claim your benefits if meron.
Yeah.
Attorney in fact lang yung parang legal na term na
Term.
tawag doon.
Yes. So you will have that one in your SPA, right? Special powers of
Yes.
attorney. And then, do you need to have it notarized?
Yes.
Yes po.
All right. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
magkasama po kayo
I
niyan.
all right. I only have one last question before we read some of the questions kasi na-promise ko sa kanila na I will read their questions. So one last question ko sa inyo. What would you do differently if you will do the process again? So at this point, you can also give them the tips and what is the best thing that they should do para mas okay yung process nila. For sure, because I'm sure meron kayong mga challenges along the way. How can they avoid those things? Okay? So, you can start, Jeanette.
Yeah.
So, sa pagre-resign po, yung date ng nag-resign ako, talagang I would say na that's one of the best decisions I made in this process or in this journey. At so I would still do the same. Ganun pa rin po ang gagawin ko. But the thing that I would do differently if I have to do it again is to follow up po talaga agad. Follow up is the key because when I submitted my resignation letter, I haven't mentioned there the reason of my resignation actually. So ang division office po they ask three sets of requirements. One of those is to be forwarded sa Civil Service Commission at iba pa po yung sa EVP requirements. So we have to be specific kung bakit po tayo magre-resign so that they would address then our concern properly. Okay po. So yun nga po, hindi ko na mention, that's why akala ko po ay ongoing siya. Yun na po yun. Kung ano yung hiningi sa akin, yun na yun. So nalaman ko lang din po after 2 weeks actually na forward ko yung resignation letter ko sa division office. After 2 weeks ko pa po nalaman na I am resigning and I am an exchange visitor program participant. So yun po. Follow up is the key. So that is the thing that I would do differently if I do it again. Magpa-follow up po
Alright.
agad-agad talaga.
Thank you. How about Carlo?
Sa akin naman po, I really have to anticipate the time of processing ng mga DepEd clearances because yung idea ko pag nag-resign ka, like okay na, pag nagpapirma ka,
Yeah.
okay lang, ikaw lang pupunta dun sa superintendent, dun sa regional director, like door to door na pupunta ka, then sa DepEd secretary, tapos hindi pala. So it took me a lot of time before I can have my DepEd clearances. So in my case, for example, yung nakalagay sa DS 2019 ko, July 21 yung start date, I should have counted it like 2 months pa backwards. So June 21, May 21. Yung May 21, it should be my effectivity ng resignation. So as early as April, you really have to decide na magre-resign ka na ng DepEd provided that meron ka ng job offer and then your visa sponsor is closely connecting with the HR ng yung school district and they are certain na mabibigay yung DS 2019 mo kahit pinaprocess pa yung DS 2019. Kasi may mga instances na yung teacher hindi nakakaabot sa kanilang start date at late sila or delayed sila na nakakarating sa US because of the DepEd clearance na na process tapos may CFO pa. So I think that would be my strategy if given the next time na magpo-process ako ng resignation.
All right. So thank you so much. All right. So now, as I said, I'm gonna read some of the questions that they asked about DepEd resignation. So, okay, let me go to pinakauna. So relax muna kayo dyan. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So this question is from Miss Shelami. So she asked, how long does it take to be cleared from division office, regional office, and central office? And my another question siya, the CFO sticker can easily be processed or received. So basically, she wants to know siguro the entire time from the day siguro na nag-apply ka ng resignation until for such thing na na-forward na yung clearance nyo sa CFO, like Do you know, do you have the exact time somehow? Or are you different? Let's just say. Like, how about you, Jeanette?
Um, in my case, ma'am, I submitted my resignation letter to on May 24. So, and the effectivity is on June 1. Okay, so June 1. And the clearances were completed this July 4.
Oh,
Yeah, it's mas higit po ng isang buwan. Ano po? So,
yes.
pero po, alam niyo ma'am, medyo tumagal lang naman din talaga siya because there were instances na like the regional director has attended important conference sa ibang lugar. So, hindi po niya mapipirmahan ang endorsement. So, the papers would wait for the regional director to arrive ulit sa office nila bago pa po mapirmahan. So, those were the circumstances na na-encounter po namin kung bakit po talaga siya medyo tumagal. Yun po.
So yours
Siguro,
is
uh,
yeah, sorry,
more than, yeah,
one
more than
month
1
and
month.
10 days, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opo. Yeah.
How about you, Carlo?
I would say that in my case po, medyo mabilis lang. It's because unlike
Yeah.
Ma'am Junette, hindi siya masyadong nagpa-follow up nung sa first stages pa na nag-submit siya
Oo.
ng kaniyang mga requirements.
Yes.
Sa akin naman po is parang I'm so aggressive na kailangan kong ma-secure lahat ng mga documents ko because meron akong goal na date na dapat nakalipad na ako talaga ng US. I resigned or effective yung resignation ko July 1, yung regional clearance ko, okay na siya July 6. So, parang ang bilis lang ng mga
Mm-mm.
pangyayari. But may mga instances na hindi mo makokontrol yung situations. Kagaya ng sinabi ni Ma'am Jeanette na may mga meetings na ina-attendan yung SDS, for example, yung regional director, for example. So, wala yung pipirma. So, you really have to wait longer kung kailan sila darating at kailan yun mapipirmahan. Yung sa division naman at region, kung ano ka lang masipag na mag-follow up or personally magpunta doon, I think you can control the length of time na hindi siya gaanong matatagalan. Pero pagdating na doon sa central office at saka sa CFO, that's the time na maghihintay ka lang talaga, but you really have to make follow-ups through call. Kasi yung central office, they discourage physical transaction. May nilabas silang advisory, walang physical transaction. So ano lang talaga, tawag ng tawag for the whole day until masagot nila
Yeah.
yung tawag mo. Kasi busy yung lahat ng linya
Mm-mm.
kahit anong number na ibigay sa kanila busy. So ano talaga timing na masagot nila. Tapos automatically mention your name na hinihintay mo na lang yung central office clearance mo for the CFO requirement para manote nila at saka magawa nila ng central office clearance.
All
So
right.
yun po.
So when was the time that you submitted your resignation letter to your principal na, Mom, I will resign? So when was that?
Mm, I submitted po June 1
No, no.
because I really intend
June 1 ba?
Activity.
Then June 1 to July 6. Is
yeah,
it like that?
yung because I counted the 30-day notice. Yung sa ibang
Yeah.
divisions naman, they do not follow the 30-day notice.
Yeah, no.
Kapag
Pero
alaman ko
can you
may ibang
start
teachers,
can you
yes
start
po.
your process kahit hindi ka pa tapos sa 30 days?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right.
You can
So,
have
yeah,
your school
possible.
clearance, division clearance only. Kasi yung division clearance, hihintayin yung ano mo,
Activity
DTR
date.
mo.
Yeah.
Yung DTR ng last reporting month. So hindi ka
Ah,
makakapag-proceed doon sa region to get the
that's true.
CLP kasi requirement
Okay.
yun. That's why I said na kung kaya lang na i-anticipate na 2 months before your start date ng contract mo doon sa school mo sa US, effective na yung resignation mo para yung 2 months na yan, processing na lang talaga ng mga required na clearances at saka ng CO sticker.
All right, that is really true. In my case, then, though my resignation letter says 30 days, but it did not like resign. Totally resign ako. Like maybe it just took me at that time almost 2 weeks to complete it. Yeah, so fast talaga before. And then yeah, sometimes hindi talaga sa nagpa-follow pero yun
Mm-mm.
talaga sa per sa paper mo Yung paper ko is 30 days talaga siya. Pero sa kay
Yeah.
Junet, hindi. No? So that is
Hindi
a
po.
good,
Opo.
Yeah.
ano.
Opo.
So baka siguro,
Ma'am, mag-add lang ako.
oh, sige.
Opo, yun. Yun po, siguro, kung, yun, follow up is the key. Ibig
Yes.
sabihin po ay, hindi naman na nagde-demand tayo ng mabilisang proseso. Since we are professionals, idaan natin sa maayos na pakikipag-usap kahit na anong platform ang gamit natin sa pag-request ng ating o pag follow up natin sa status ng ating resignation. At isa pa po, wag mahihiya. Ayun po, wag mahihiya kasi yun yung talagang sa case ko. Nahiya ako na parang kasasubmit ko lang tapos follow up agad, nakakahiya naman. Yon. Or isipin mo din na hindi lang ikaw ang teacher na nag-resign that time. So hindi lang sa'yo naiikot yung ni mundo nila. So kailangan mo talaga pong mag-follow up. Yun lang. Talagang in a
Yes.
respectful manner lang. Polite way lang po
Yes.
ng pag-follow up.
All right. So meron ako another question from Ma'am Mans. Will my PEI allow me to teach abroad despite of my financial obligations to them? So I think you already answered before, right? No. So you can come to the US, you can resign kahit may financial obligation ka. Given na process mo, I mean, you've provided the required um, papers nila, which is one of this is yung SPA, right? Yung attorney in fact
Yes.
nila.
Yes po.
Yes po.
All right. Merong gustong someone want to know about retirement process. Is it different the resignation and retirement?
Yes, ma'am.
This is actually from Miss Mercy Tribunalo. So, is it different? The retirement process and resignation. It's okay if you don't know because right now resignation talaga yung topic natin.
Apo.
Maybe some other time, pero I think it will be different, right?
Yeah, different
I
siya,
think
ma'am.
so. I
Kasi
think so
siguro,
po.
pag resignation, you can still reapply pag 'di ba when you
Mm-mm.
go back to the Philippines.
Yes.
Pag retirement na, yun na yun, end na yun, 'di ba?
Parang end na. Oh.
End na, wala
Shut
na.
ka na,
No
shut
turning
down
back
ka
na.
na.
Oo, parang ganun.
So I have another question from Miss Desiree. Dapat mo bang mauna ang effectivity date ng resignation from embassy interview schedule? It doesn't
In my
matter
yeah.
siguro, no? Does it
I think
matter?
po,
Yeah,
it won't
that's
matter
a
because we have different cases with Jeanette.
Yes.
Siya naka-resign na before her embassy interview
yeah.
schedule. Ako, I was waiting for my effectivity date and within that 30-day period, nandun yung embassy interview ko. So I just did a sick leave or personal leave.
Mm-mm.
So I can attend my interview.
All right. Thank you. And one last question. This is from Miss Dina. What will happen to my GSIS contributions? Will I be able to claim it right after I resigned? Right after talaga, like will she receive a check? How does the GSIS differentiate between a teacher who resigned and a teacher who does an early retirement in giving benefits? How will I settle my GSIS loans if I want to resign or have an early retirement?
Doon po sa first question, ma'am, is they will receive something, pero in my case, they explain it, pag may loan ka sa GSIS, may outstanding loan balance ka, yung claims na makukuha mo is, yun yung ipambabayad sa mga outstanding balance mo. That's why I did not expect anything na may makuha ko sa GSIS immediately. What I was looking is the separation benefit which I will get at age of 60.
Oh, okay.
Yun lang.
So, yeah, um, I based on my information before, they said, yeah, yes, you may get it, but it will take time to
Opo.
process it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes,
Actually,
right.
ma'am,
So,
may iba yung set ng requirements for separation benefits.
yes.
Po yung naiwan
So,
ko, yun po yung request ko sa DO na, ma'am, pwede pong unahin niyo muna yung sa EVP ko, saka na po yung sa separation benefits. At yun po, there are series of documents po na kailangang i-accomplish na tinanong ko din po kung do I have to bring those documents directly to the GSIS. They said no po, na dadaan muna talaga sa division office and they would forward those two.
all right. Okay, so Thank you so much. I really appreciate both of you for taking this time to be here in my vlog, and
Yes,
I can't wait to
OMG.
see you both and
yes,
for us to talk in face to face na talaga. Now,
yes po.
before I let you go, all right, since you will be coming here in the USA finally, right? It's just days that you
Yes
need
po.
to wait. So, as of now, ba, what is the stage of your application, and what can you say to those hopeful teachers who are still in stage one talaga? Like, wala pa talaga silang job offer, they're still applying. What can you tell them? All right, so let's go to Junel kasi busy pa si Carla. Okay, Junel.
Okay. So, at this very moment po, I'm really waiting for my CFO sticker. Ayan po. So,
Wow.
last night, the CFO informed me that it was already picked up by the courier, and I'm expecting it on Monday. Na makuha ko na po. And
Wow.
ayun po. So, talagang ano na, Sir Carlo,
Yay!
mauna na muna ako sa inyo ha.
OMG!
Yes.
This is it.
Kasi
Yung
po,
plano
so
ni Ma'am
waiting.
Jeanette, July 1 talaga.
Yun, oo, yun. So
Sana
I
na
plan
July.
na pag nakuha ko po siya on Monday, I would book a flight na on July 13. So yun po, tingnan natin kung may available seats pa for me. So yun po, my advice to those who are still um, dreaming pa lang or wala pa silang job offer, they are not yet hired. Um, Sige lang po, push lang, keep on dreaming, and uh, lagi nating isipin na if it is for you, it will be given to you talaga. Regardless kung ano yung sitwasyon, kung ano man yung mga circumstances na you're encountering at that moment. At expect po na the process will not be really easy. Ayan po. Talagang there are things na you have to expect. Really expect the unexpected because hindi po ito yung nilakaran ko or nilakaran ni Sir Carlo, yun yung pinagdaanan niya, ganun yung pagdadaanan natin. So, merong mga circumstances talaga na uutlaw sa along the way, pero ano po, keep on pushing your dream na makamit natin, and in the end really it will be all worth it. Ayan po.
All right,
Good
thank you
time.
so much, Carlo.
In my case po, my uh, clearance is already in the submitted na sa central office, and then when I last checked it through follow up through call, nakalinya na po yun for endorsement dun sa Office of the Undersecretary for Curriculum and Instruction kasi siya yung pipirma sa central office clearance na i-endorse naman nila dun sa CFO.
Safe.
So by next week, Monday, I'll be calling them again, ano na yung status ng aking clearance, baka na-submit na nila sa CFO. Anyway, they will just carbon copy me through email para may update ako sa clearance ko. And then for those teachers po na hindi pa nagkaka-GO, because I have some colleagues na it took parang yeah, tagal-tagal na rin sila nag-a-apply pero wala pa ring nag-hire or nagbibigay ng GO sa kanila. Swertihan lang po talaga sometimes na maka-chamba kayo ng principal na magugustuhan kayo. Another factor is dapat alam niyo kung ano yung taste ng mga principals dun sa US in the way you answer the questions sa interview kasi napakahalaga po ng principal interview because that will really start or mark your dream na makakarating ka talaga sa USA. Yung pagsabi ng principal that we will offer you a teaching position. So hindi siya ganoon ka-easy na makuha because meron silang hinahanap na skills, probably talents or anything from you na kailangan nilang ma-imagine na pag hinire ko ang teacher na to sa school ko, this will be an asset and this will bring a great success on the part of my students. So you really have to study also, and you have to like know yourself, you know your ability, paano mo i-handle yung different situations inside the classroom kasi it's a very very important factor for you to get a job offer during the principal interview. So for the meantime na wala pa, sipag lang sa pag-a-apply. Napakaraming schools po sa US na naghahanap pa rin ng mga teachers. So search lang po. So yun lang po.
All right. So, and for the information of everyone, silang dalawa are hired through direct hiring talaga sila.
Yes
And
po.
then
Yeah.
they were able to get the program sponsor. I don't need to mention it, pero yun ang pinaka-affordable so far. So they're really
Yeah.
blessed, and I
Mhm.
can't wait to see them again here. So thank you so much again, Carlo and Juneth, and
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
glad na nagawa
Yeah.
natin to so that we can help our fellow teachers in the Philippines. So I
Yes.
hope that this video has been helpful to you, and I wish you all the best. So thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to click like, subscribe, and follow my channel. We also have a Facebook group, Filipino Teachers Unite in USA. If you have questions, you can post your questions there. And please keep on following my page and share to your friends who wants to know information how to apply here in the USA. Soon you will see us in my vlogs here in the US. All right. So thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, Ma'am
ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank
Alisa.
you. Thank you so much.